My hands are still trembling, and my heart feels like it's lodged in my throat. I don't even know where to begin. I need to let this out somewhere, to put it into words before I lose my mind. So here I am, spilling everything to strangers on the internet because I don't know what else to do. Last night, I was invited to what I believed was a surprise party, a celebration for a friend promotion. My wife, Emma, told me she'd be going early to help set things up and suggested I arrive later to make a grand entrance. It seemed a little unusual, but she's always had a flair for dramatic surprises, so I didn't question it. When I arrived, the house was alive with energy. Music filled the air, glasses clinked in celebration, and laughter echoed from every corner. On the surface, it was a perfect party, but something about it felt off. Emma wasn't at the bar, where she usually would be, nor was she mingling in the way she always did at social gatherings. Then, a woman, a friend of Hayes, though not someone I knew well, approached me with a hesitant, almost pitying expression. She leaned in, her voice low and uncertain. "You might want to check the guest room upstairs." A chill crept up my spine. Confused and uneasy, I moved through the crowd, my heartbeat thudding louder with every step I took toward the stairs. My breath grew shallow as I climbed, a gnawing dread settling deep in my gut. The moment I opened the door, my world shattered. There she was, Emma, my wife, caught in a moment of intimacy with another man. They pulled apart like they had been burned, their faces drained of color, their guilt painted across their features. The room swayed around me, my mind struggling to process what my eyes refused to deny. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I didn't say a word. Without thinking, I turned on my heel and walked away, pushing through the house, through the sea of oblivious partygoers, and out into the cold night air. Emma came home later that night. I heard her enter, felt her presence linger hesitantly, but I couldn't bring myself to look at her. She tried to speak, but I cut her off before she could begin. I had no interest in listening to excuses or explanations. Morning arrived, but the weight in my chest hadn't lifted. She asked if we could talk, and though every part of me resisted, I found myself agreeing. She sat across from me at the kitchen table, fingers twisting together in her lap. She looked fragile in a way I had never seen before, as if she was searching for the right words and finding none. Finally, she took a slow sip of water, as if drawing strength from it. "I want to talk," she said softly, breaking the silence. I studied her for a long moment, then set my coffee mug down with deliberate finality. "Then talk." My voice was colder than I intended, but I didn't care. She swallowed hard, her gaze darting to her hands. "I know I've hurt you, Jake. I know I can't take any of it back, but I want to try." A bitter laugh slipped past my lips before I could stop it. "Try what?" I asked, my tone sharp. "Asked her to fix this?" To pretend. I was done feeling sorry for her, done feeling sorry for myself. "I made a mistake," Emma whispered, her voice trembling. "A terrible mistake. But I still love you, Jake. I never stopped loving you." Her words struck me like a fist to the gut. I wanted to believe her. I really did. But how could I? How could I trust anything she said after everything she had done? "Love," I scoffed, shaking my head. "You call this love? Lying to me? Sneaking around behind my back? Humiliating me in front of your friends? If that's love, Emma, I want no part of it." She broke down, sobs racking her body, her shoulders shaking as she buried her face in her hands. For a brief moment, I felt a flicker of pity for her, a small, wavering ember of the affection I once had. But it wasn't enough. It would never be enough. The days that followed were a blur of restless nights and endless thoughts, my mind a battlefield of emotions. Love and anger warred within me, clashing in a fight neither could win. I wrestled with the memories, the warmth of her laughter, the touch of her hand, the way she once looked at me like I was her whole world. But those memories were poisoned now, tainted by betrayal. I had a choice to make. Try to rebuild the ruins of what was left between us or walk away and never look back. In the end, the answer became clear. One morning, as sunlight streamed through the kitchen window, casting golden light over the table where we had shared so many meals, so many conversations, I sat Emma down. The weight of my decision settled heavy in my chest, but I didn't waver. "I can't do this," I said, my voice steady but filled with finality. I can't pretend everything's okay. I can't trust you, and without trust, there's nothing left. Tears welled in her eyes, spilling over as she nodded, her lips trembling. I understand, she whispered. I'm sorry, Jake, for everything. I gave her a small, sad smile. So am I. And just like that, it was over. The divorce was quick, quiet, no screaming matches, no drawn-out fights over furniture or memories that no longer belonged to us. Emma moved out. I stayed in the house, though without her, it felt hollow, a shell of the home it once was. The months that followed were a slow, painstaking process of rebuilding. Some days were easier than others. Some days, I even laughed again, surprising myself with the sound. But the nights were still hard. The silence stretched too long, the memories lurking in the corners, waiting to remind me of all I had lost. I don't know if I'll ever truly move on from what happened. Maybe some wounds never fully heal. But I'm trying. And for now, maybe that's enough. As for Emma, I have no idea where she is or what she's doing. And honestly, I don't care. She made her choice. And I made mine. Life moves forward. And so will I.